Hello, welcome to my channel. Thanks for watching. And I guess I just wanted to give a little intro to this video because sometimes when I'm videoing, I don't show myself. I'm always just thinking about what's happening outside, and I never think, well, it's actually nice to see someone's face to know actually who's talking. So one thing I have a list. So one thing that I showed in the last video was I was talking about those two paints and update, that painting didn't come out. So, I mean, over these artist diaries and stuff, I always kind of want to be very, I guess, transparent because a lot of times as artists, we want to show you what does come out. Obviously, we want to talk to you about all the good things that happened. But yeah, I had this plan. Remember, I think I told you in that video, I had started a smaller, because sometimes shows actually ask for a painting. And that's what the Medicine Man show, the one that is going to be next month, is that it asked for one of your big drawings to actually have an oil painting of it. And I'm not sending this drawing to that show, but months ago, I start so many things and I never know what's gonna work. So I'm constantly starting stuff. And this was one that was hedging, maybe I might send to it. So I actually started an oil and it was going to be like all kinds of browns and reds and working with like cool and warm brown and red. And so in the last video, I was showing you two paints and just didn't come out. So you'll just never see that painting. And I was thinking about it because sometimes I talk about things and then you guys would be like, well, whatever happened to that? Did she, it's like she says something and then doesn't like finish the idea or the statement. So that painting didn't come out. Yeah, it happens a lot. You have to just sort of persevere, move on, start something new, all that stuff. Anyways, and the second thing I had said in that video was about the shipping. And we've been trying to help you guys, anybody who's interested in becoming an artist. I think that there's not a lot of talk about all the things that makes being a self-employed artist a drag. And there's a fantasy. And so I really like showing you guys all the issues we have with shipping. And so in the last video, we were sending up all these boxes, and a lot of them Scott had to um, actually cut down and remake and all this stuff because it's so expensive. And those art boxes that you can get, Airfloat, and that if you put three together, it was just under the calculation for FedEx. And so the idea is to maybe put two or three boxes together to ship FedEx. Well, when I think I told you when he went to the FedEx place, she's like, well, you're not allowed to do that. He's like, okay, well, I'll take it home and redo it. And she's like, no, fine. And I'm like, Scott, when he told me that, I was like, I mean, we have absolutely no recourse. Do you have a signed statement from her? I mean, saying that she vouches for this. Now, the paintings were delivered, and I'm assuming everything's fine because, in general, you don't hear from galleries. Usually they don't take the time to say, everything is perfect. Thanks for sending early, all that stuff. They really only tell you if something is damaged. So, I mean, it's kind of like a doctor, like you don't hear from them. You're like, okay, I guess they got there. But I was nervous about it. I mean, every day after we shipped them off, I kept thinking, get there? Will two of them get there and not all three? Anyways, supposedly they got there. Another thing that we've been dealing with, and sometimes I really am tempted to name names because I'm just wondering, am I getting to the age where naming names I can live with, right? I don't know if I'm there yet, but I mean, on our Patreon, I hate to say it, but it is a paywall. I hate to say that. Well, you know, okay, so one reason why I really wanted to put this video out today was because tomorrow on Patreon, we're having a live stream. And what that means is that anybody who's a subscriber can join in. A lot of people can't. Then we post it the first of the month after that. People can ask questions. We usually do some kind of lesson. Every single month, I want to make it different. I don't want it just to be, I mean, we have a ton of videos on our Patreon. I don't even know. I should have checked, but I'm going to say in between 150 and 200 videos of just lessons. So, I also want it to be a community. And I want people to ask, tell us their stories. We'll tell you our stories because artists need to support each other. And more now than, I mean, just a lot. We need to support each other, okay? Excuse me. I'm not getting emotional. My voice is just cracking. Um, and there's a gallery that we've dealt with. Um, I might say it tomorrow. I don't know if Scott will let me, but I mean, we might say it. It's like a gallery who's a pretty good gallery, say, but it's one of those things that you just don't know if you can trust them. And so, so we've had issues with them, especially with shipping, especially with like living up to their word. And so much of an artist is that we are lectured on like the gallery to us, that artists are unreliable, that you have to have contracts, that you have to have this or that. And then I guess because Scott and I are so reliable, we're so dependable, we will not sell behind a gallery's back. We will stay loyal, possibly because we know we're in this for the long haul. And I just don't think galleries, I don't know if if they have that same sense of integrity. Now, maybe some artists they do, the ones that really make a ton of money for them, but I can't say that stuff on YouTube, right? One-on-one Zooming, I can do it. If people bring it up in our Patreon because we consider them friends and supporters, so we want to support them. But anyways, I want to always share the ups and downs. Before I stop and I show you all the fun things on this video, I invite you to a free trial. That is one of the greatest things I think Patreon has done. I personally am not super, excited about paying for a ton of stuff, things that I don't know what I'm paying for. So please join for free. Like I say, I mean, honestly, if I didn't have to make any money, I would give everything away for free. If we didn't have to literally pay an electric bill and buy groceries and stuff, my dream is to like share. I think it is any sort of tribulations that I've gone through with being a woman artist, with being very insecure, with, just all the self-doubts, all the struggles we have as being self-employed. I mean, gosh, if won the lottery, I would literally do a dump of everything we've ever done and keep doing it because I get so much joy out of it. There you go. Join our live stream, join for free, join the live stream, see if you like the stuff we give, and you can always cancel in a few days. So today I videoed Scott painting a live model at our studio last week, and it's just some short clips. And Scott told me he's going to finish that painting in his studio and show some progress shots. He's in the process. He hasn't finished it yet. And some figure drawing. I have sometimes I have sessions every Tuesday in my studio downtown. And I have some deadlines that I have to finish, but which are portrait and figurative oriented, but I'm very excited about starting a still life journey. So I already have a still life workshop scheduled, and I'm going to start doing some still life demos and videos, and I'm very excited about that. I think it's going to be fun for me, and hopefully if you are interested in still life, you'll check it out. Well, enjoy the video. Bye. This is another Tuesday. Our group is getting together, and I'm going to work on this black. It's by Fabriano. Now, this is pretty nice paper, so I always feel a little bit stressed using such nice paper when I'm going to do sketches. But hey, I bought it, so I might as well use it. And I'm going to be at this angle again. So Scott and I got here a little bit early to set up all of our benches, and people just fan out. And we have our model, Olivia. She is a petite little elf, and so we can actually keep her up on this stage, which will be nice because it's very chilly today. Wait, why are you waiting? That's silly. I'm just videoing us getting ready. So you're gonna go get us some bagels or something?
Yes.
Okay.
You just tell me what you'd
like. Do you have gloves? Okay. I want the usual, the egg bagel. And don't forget butter.
See my nice new gloves?
Yes, they're new. All right, and Scott's gonna be dead center, which I think I hope you have enough shadow. Because
It's
since
coming
the
from
light
above.
is going to be right, well, it's coming from above, but you won't have any side shadow.
That's okay.
Okay. Hey, it's nice to be able to move different spots, and you're just working on this sort of tan. This is the paper that has your drawing on it, right? It's just the Strathmore.
Yeah, this one does. I
And
like this
do you
color.
have? Yeah.
That's one I did from,
Yeah.
and then these are just from our
Oh.
sketches.
Wait, slow down. I probably have shown these before, but
Maybe.
oh yeah, that's nice. Oh, that's Matt. Who is that? Was that Madeline? I think that was Olivia. That looks like Sabra. That's Olivia.
for sure.
So funny how we can tell by their poses and how their
too,
hair.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely
I
Olivia.
like that one, yeah. And do you know what you're going to be using today?
I don't know. I brought everything.
Oh, okay, so
I
charcoal
have
or
chalks,
pastel.
I have charcoal. I didn't bring pens or anything, but.
Oh,
I'll just
okay. Oh, I
slowly
like
draw
those.
it.
Nice. I like that you're working on really big sheets of paper too.
Yeah, I love this toned paper. Really.
Yeah.
I'm happy that they put my picture on one that
Yeah,
I
oh, I
love.
like this one. I'm sure we've
Okay.
seen that one before, but that back pose was really,
Back po-
wait, it was just like, oh, that one's really nice.
Yeah, it's kind
You-
of fun to use the different colors of the chalk.
I think you need to spray these. I'm just
They
nervous
do.
about
I usually
them.
spray them once I'm gonna.
Yeah, I know, but
use
they
them.
could be destroyed. Oh, that one at the bottom I think is really pretty.
Yeah, those are fun. Yeah, these are always so fun. Such a
Yeah,
nice
you're really
spray.
good at it.
Well,
I'm-
you are better.
No, I
than
mean,
me.
I may be more painterly about it, but you are extremely good at proportion and like drawing,
I love
like
it.
line and stuff. Okay,
All
that's
right.
good. All right, I'll see you in a few minutes.
What would you like me to get you?
My egg bagel.
Okay, egg bagel. I got
Okay.
you. Egg. Oh, that was
I
my
didn't
last
even
page.
I didn't even get over here to see any of them.
That was the last page.
Okay, yeah, I like that one. Sometimes, I mean, I would love it if you could separate them a little bit, because like if we wanted to just frame that bottom one. No, I guess you could actually wipe that out.
Yeah.
I like the top one, but I really like the bottom one.
I actually
Oh,
stretched her out.
You
on
did
this one.
stretch her
I
out.
thought I'd make her like super tall.
Yeah, you made her look like she's like 6 foot, and she's really like 5
It
foot.
just was. It seemed like it was.
Yeah, you know
Usually
what?
I don't do the
I
straight
stretch her
arm
out
ones.
too sometimes when she does these really long.
I usually like to go to the left or right and get more
Yeah.
perspective, but I thought it was kind of fun. So I thought, well, I might as well
Yeah.
go full out on stretching
Yeah.
it out. So let's see here.
Oh, that's a
Those are
busy one. Oh, look, see.
That was
God,
where our,
Scott, you make her breasts gigantic.
that was where our power went out.
Scott. Okay, YouTube people, that's not okay. No. Why do you do that? Why do you make her breast giant?
I don't know.
Oh, yes, you do. Don't do that. That's not cool. It looks very too. It looks, yeah, it's too much. It's too much.
I think
Nice.
that was our first ones, right?
Yeah, because we did slightly longer ones. We didn't do like the really, really
Yeah.
quick ones. So yeah, no, I like, because I think your line is making them look very painterly. So I like that a
Yeah,
lot.
that's- I'm trying to design it more.
Yeah, cool.
But there's longer ones,
Nice
you have a little more
job.
time to design.
I
so-
didn't like mine today, but I thought I should show them just because I shouldn't be embarrassed. The really expensive paper, I even kind of did some on both sides, just because. Did I do one on the other side of this? No. But I was like, oh. And then this is when our power went out because we were putting the heater on, and another person was using heater in the building. And then I decided to go to this blue paper just to be able to save money because I didn't feel like that black paper it was okay. But anyways, you see how different Scott and I are. And I diminish women's breasts, Scott, because I want them to look classic.
Well, I like what you did. I like the big shapes. That's what
Yeah,
I was
I'm trying to-
Oh, that's cool. That's
Oh,
beautiful.
that's all right.
I
No,
love
I
it.
didn't really like almost any of them I was doing.
You just.
Okay, but it's, you got to do that. I guess we can move the benches to the side and sort of create space for next week.
Yeah. Sometimes what happens is when we look at the background, especially when you have a lot of stuff back there,
I was gonna say the background's kind of.
we get fooled because we start looking at the background. And so like if I look at that paneling back there or something, it'll look lighter than it really is. Or some of these things back here. And even if they're not, it's just simplifying them is going to support more of the face. So you see how just doing that, we didn't even touch anything in your face. You see, and then you just would get this, run on a little bit tight here, but you get this down there so that it makes a nice solid shape. So that's one of those things that, you know, people showed me when I was in school and that I keep forgetting and learning more and more, where I do a painting and it starts to fall. I don't really have a big design, and I'll take a picture, I'll look at a picture in a book of some great artist, and you see how that starts to, and it also kind of lets us know that some of these shadows can be tied together a little bit more, and it's even a little darker in a couple of these spots, but things like under the nose here, that's where you can then, once you have that background, then you can see when you squint down, squint at her underneath her nose, see how that kind of all disappears. You don't stare in and try and see this reflected light here. This all becomes more of a simple dark pattern under there, so that that'll hold together and look like it turns. Same thing. Yeah, so that's once you get to here, same thing.
On her hands, are you gonna put detail?
Yeah, I'll probably paint them more. I mean, they'll actually be simpler than the face, but
Yeah.
I'll be just looking at them.
I want to share some images from our trip to Turkey from a few years ago. This is a painting Scott did of Sila from Cappadocia. She was a beautiful young girl. She was the daughter of a lady who cleaned our rooms. And this is actually her mother who posed for us. I mean, it was a great trip, and I think some of these photos are probably a little bit out of order. Just one of the boat scenes that Scott did. We actually went out on one of these boats. Our friend Syme, right there, a wonderful painter. Now I'm painting outdoors, and who knows what happened to these paintings. But Scott is always good at getting photos of me. Now Cappadocia is famous for hot air balloons because they have these amazing formations you see in the foreground and in the background of these sand and rock, and so people travel all over the world to do hot air balloons there. There's Syme painting in the foreground and me in the background. Just a beautiful photo of the moon. So I found these in a folder, and I just thought, what wonderful memories. Now, this is, I know, Ankara, painting in a street scene and how people would come up and watch us. It was a group of friends that Syme had invited, and we did bus tour. We had a van, went all over the east coast of Turkey, And so it's just, I mean, it was a pretty fantastic trip. It really was. And we also stayed on one of those old-fashioned wooden boats. This is the boat, and we were painting the captain. And my friend Sarah Watts was there, and a bunch of Symes friends from California. And here we are in a small town where we hired this woman to pose for us with her weaving. Here's my friend Sarah painting on a small island of Greece. I mean, it was an epic trip. You know, she's so fun to travel with. So you've probably seen her in other photos and other trips that I've done from like Spain and stuff. Scott painting, I think this might be the Cleopatra. There's a famous place where Cleopatra's baths or something. I mean, I wish I knew more about history, but I don't. But I came across this folder and I just thought, gosh, these are the trips I wish I would have remembered to have videoed. I just finished editing a video where Scott paints Carol Arnold, a wonderful friend and artist, and just popped through and showed a few seconds of this video, which will be posted on February 1st on our Patreon page.